Jack sat alone at a cafe, his head in his hands, a picture of despair. His friend, the wise and insightful David, approached and took a seat across from him. "Jack, my friend, what troubles you so?" "I can see the weight of the world on your shoulders," David asked with concern. Jack sighed heavily. "Oh, David, it's Sasha. Our marriage has become a living nightmare. I don't know what to do anymore." David furrowed his brow. "Sasha? Your wife? I thought you two were happily married." "What has happened?" "That's just it. Sasha has become a completely different person. She's cold, manipulative, and narcissistic. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells in my own home," Jack explained, his voice tinged with sadness. David nodded thoughtfully. "Narcissistic, you say?" "That is a heavy accusation." "What makes you believe she has these traits?" Jack took a deep breath. "Well, let me tell you, my friend. Over the past year, I've noticed these 7 distinct behaviors that confirm my suspicions." He then went on to list the 7 traits of a narcissistic, toxic wife that Sasha exhibited. 1. Her excessive need for admiration, constantly seeking validation and praise, becoming irritable and resentful if she didn't receive it. 2. Her sense of entitlement, believing she deserved special treatment and that the rules didn't apply to her, throwing tantrums if she didn't get her way. 3. Her lack of empathy, showing little to no concern for his feelings or the feelings of others, incapable of putting herself in someone else's shoes. 4. Her arrogance and superiority complex, constantly belittling his accomplishments and talents, acting as if she was better than everyone around her. 5. Her exploitative behavior, taking advantage of him and others to get what she wanted, without any regard for the consequences. 6. Her envy and resentment, constantly envious of others and becoming resentful if she perceived that someone had something she didn't. 7. Her lack of accountability, never taking responsibility for her actions or the harm she caused, always blaming someone else. David nodded solemnly. "I see. That's a very troubling list, my friend." It certainly does sound like Sasha exhibits many of the classic traits of a narcissistic and toxic personality. No wonder you're at your wit's end. Jack buried his face in his hands. "I just don't know what to do, David. I love her, but I can't keep living like this. It's destroying me." David reached across the table and placed a hand on Jack's arm. "I understand, Jack. This is a difficult situation, but there are steps you can take to protect yourself and reclaim your well-being." He then went on to provide Jack with 4 key pieces of advice. 1. Recognize that Sasha's behavior is not Jack's fault, that her toxicity and narcissism are a reflection of her own deep-seated issues, not a result of anything Jack has done wrong. 2. Establish firm boundaries and learn to say no, as narcissists thrive on control and manipulation, and Jack needs to take that power back. 3. Focus on his own self-care and well-being, engaging in activities that bring him joy, surrounding himself with supportive friends and family, and considering seeking professional help, such as counseling. 4. Be prepared to make difficult decisions, if necessary, including separating or even divorcing Sasha for the sake of his own mental and emotional health if she refuses to acknowledge her behavior and seek help. Jack nodded slowly, his expression one of determination. "You're right, David. I know deep down that I need to take control of this situation for my own well-being. But it's so hard, you know? I still love her, despite everything." David squeezed Jack's arm in support. "I understand, my friend. Love and trauma can be a powerful yet complicated mix. But you must put your own needs first, for your own sake, and ultimately for hers as well. Only then can you truly help her, if that's what you choose to do." Jack took a deep breath. "You're right, David. I need to be strong for both of us. Thank you for your wisdom and guidance. I know the road ahead won't be easy, but I'm ready to take the first step." David smiled proudly. "That's the spirit, Jack. I'm here for you every step of the way. Now, let's go home and start putting together a plan to reclaim your life." With renewed determination, Jack and David walked away from the cafe, side by side, ready to face the challenges ahead.